Hi again, welcome to another video, and it's the day after Christmas Day, what we call Boxing Day in the UK. And yeah, I thought I'd come in the shed and do a video. We had a quiet Christmas, really. Had a good Christmas meal, turkey dinner, so that was really nice. Got a few little gifts. We didn't make a big thing of it this year. Things lately have been a little bit sort of busy. I went to Scotland the week before Christmas because Laura's gran is ill, and yeah, she won't get better. She's that ill, so I had to take Laura up so she could see her gran before the inevitable happens. So yeah, sad times, but we went up there on the Sunday, and it's pretty icy going up there, but then it got milder, so on the way, but we had 3 nights. On the way back, it was quite a bit warmer, so the return trip was much better. You can see I haven't had a haircut. I should have had a haircut for Christmas, but yeah, it's been colder, so it's probably just as well. I did keep some hair on, but yeah, I think it's time for a trim, and the beard as well, the half beard. So what have I been doing in the shed? Well, I've been tidying it up. It's a lot better in here. I'll show you all around in a minute, and we'll talk about a few of the projects. You've seen them before, but I've got quite a bit more organised now, and yeah, I think I'm sort of ready to get on with them. The shed has just been like an assault course for quite a while. I've been had so much stuff in here, and I've moved a lot of it out, a lot to my unit, because that's got much more room up there, and it's best if I can work in the shed at home because it's a smaller space to heat, and also it's at home, it's on the other side of my garden. I haven't got to get in the car and go 5-6 miles down the road to the unit. But then again, for the other things, the bigger things, the unit is brilliant, so I'm really glad I've got that. So I'll turn you around and you can see how I've tidied up, and I'll show you a few things, and we'll talk about projects a little bit. Well, the projects in here, I've got many other projects, but there's 3 I'll talk about in here. So firstly, before I talk about the projects, what I've done is the Puch used to be there, but that's there now. I've moved Speed Fight, the Speed Fight 2 to the back there. You can see the red one, and the Lambretta's there. I've got my table lift there at the moment, which has got a problem. It keeps going down when I've got weight on it, so probably seals are playing up or something. Not too worried at the moment. It's just working there as a bench, and I only have to give it just a pump or 2 every couple of days, and it stays up okay. So yeah, that'll do at the moment, and I'm just using it, like you see, as a bench. So let's talk about Lambretta first. The Lambretta, I've still got the final video of what I'm calling the first phase, and that's actually sorting the engine out and having start up, and that'll be the last video, starting up. And I'm very nearly ready for that. I've just had to do a few things, and hopefully I can just finish that video. I've had that video stored in my editing app for probably 2 months now. We've just needing to finish it off, but I'm getting very close to that. But I was having a good look around it yesterday, and you can see the old cables there. They are the gear cables. 2 of them are the gear cables. One's the clutch. There's another cable that comes off the foot brake that goes through there. That's missing altogether, so that's a rear brake cable. There's a front brake cable, speedo cable, which I don't think I've got speedo cable, and throttle cable as well. I've got all of them over here, but I didn't think about it. All the end bits are missing, so I've had to go in last night and order like the bits that sort of fit in, hold the cables in place. I'll go all through that on a video when I get the parts, and that'll be the videos will continue of this, but it'll be like phase 2. The engine's phase 1, and then basically getting all the little bits and pieces done on this, so it's roadworthy, really. Yeah, and I'm just not going to worry about the cosmetic side of things. Just want it roadworthy so it can be used hopefully spring, summertime in 2023. I've got new tyres for it, but there's certain things I'd like to do. Like I'd like to sandblast the wheels first and get the wheels all done before I put new tyres on, even though I'm not going to paint up the rest. I would like the wheels really nice, but like the fuel tank, for example, I'm happy leaving that like that. And yeah, I'm happy with all them sort of bits, just using it sort of like this. I do need to sort out the lights. That's another thing I'll have to do. The speedo's in kilometres. You can just get a like a conversion thing for that. I've got the levers. The cables are quite important because I can't even try it out to see whether all the work I did in the gearbox is good or not. So yeah, that's the next step. So they're on order. Not exactly much money, but you know, it's just little pieces you need and you can't carry on without them. So they're on order. So I'm going to try by New Year to get the final video of the first phase of the Lambretta up on my channel, and then yeah, then I'll start phase 2, and that'll be sorting out the bits and pieces on it. But as you can see, it doesn't look too bad. It's respectable, and yeah, I want to try it out like that, and then maybe later on I'll do a full restoration, paintwork, and that. I might not, might just leave it like it is. I've got a new seat for it as well. I think it needs a new exhaust, so it does need a few bob spent on it still, and that's the difficult thing at the moment. But I've got in my mind to sell a few things to help fund these projects. I've got too much stuff really, and I sort of fell in love with it all, but I'm going to have to fall out of love with a few items, I think, and part with them to help fund these things. We might as well have a quick look at the Puch now. This is the 1977 R-Reg. I bought this quite cheap, probably a couple of 3 years ago now. No, not quite as long as that, probably a couple of years. I can't quite remember. I've bought so much stuff, I can't remember when I've bought it. But I don't think there'll be much to do on this really. This is much the same. I'm just going to leave the paintwork as it is, just give it a clean up. I will probably strip the whole thing sort of down so I can take the wheels. I might even sit in the house one evening over winter and like polish them up. And the forks need to be sorted. They're a different set than come on it, because the ones that come on it were bent. The fuel tank needs a little bit of attention. I might just use some vapor rust, I think it is, in there. I've used acid treatment before, but I might just try that stuff because people rate it quite high, so I think I'll give that a go. I think the engine will probably be okay, and I have got a box of bits and pieces for it, so I'm not too sure what I need for that. So that's something I could get on with, and yeah, sort of get that on the road. They're all, well, that Lambretta and that are tax exempt. That is 1963, so we're talking nearly 60 years old. That one's 1977. So yeah, what are we talking? We're talking about 45 years old-ish. So yeah, they're both tax exempt. So yeah, that's a fairly easy project. This one's a little bit more difficult, and also I'll have to spend a bit more money on this because I haven't got all the parts I need. Got a lot of them, but not all of them. And this is the other one. I've shown you it before, and I did start it up, and this needs a few parts on it. I need to do it needs a new CDI unit because I have to tap it to get it to spark and start, and then when I leave it I have to do the same again, so I think that's faulty. I've just basically got to give it a bit of a going over really, check the front brakes and just check everything's right down there. Something seems to be a bit hard to push, so something's sticking, I think, so I need to check the brakes. I want to fix the kickstart. I'll put some new variator weights in it, but beyond that, probably that could almost be taken for an MOT. That is 2005, that is, and I may well sell my white Speedfight 4 because that's water cooled and this is air cooled, and I much prefer the air cooled. The other one's caused me a bit of trouble being water cooled. I think previous owners had neglected it, and I think I've sorted it all now, but I do prefer the air cooled, and this is a special edition one, the 307 WRC, and yeah, I have had it running. So this is featured in a video before. I've done 1 or 2 parts when I did start up. This is featured in a lot of videos. I've got a playlist for this, and that one hasn't got anything yet much. So yeah, there are 3 things in my shed I can get on with. I plan to hit YouTube pretty hard in the new year. I know a lot of people say that and then nothing comes out, but it's been a bit difficult lately. Life has gotten away a little bit, but I have tried to keep things going, and on my other channel I have been doing some bits and pieces on there, my Mowers and Stuff channel. Yeah, the Mowers and Stuff channel is where I feature all the machinery repairs now, like the garden machinery repairs and that. I don't put that on this channel anymore. So there is something just down here which I've got in pieces. It's a Stihl TS360 cut-off saw. I stripped that down last night. Probably will be a video, but I've just got to see if I've got some spares for it, because it's got limited value when it's fixed, so I've got to make sure that I've got the spares so I'm not spending out too much money on it. there's a limit how much I can sort of spend on that, because it's not worth a fortune. So we'll see with that one, but hopefully I can fix it and it will be okay. And yeah, that's about it in the shed really. I do plan to, over the next few days, to sort out them shelves. It's mainly sort of Lambretta bits over there, but along there just bits and pieces, and I'm gonna take a lot of that and store it up the unit rather than it being in my small shed at home, because if it's cold, this shed is better to be in, because I've only got to heat this smaller area, and the unit is away from my house as well, so I just come out here in the evening and get on with these. But I've just got too much stuff along there which doesn't need to be there really. So yeah, I'm going to give them a good clean out. A little heater down there, the compressor's there. I was going to do a little review of that compressor. It's a little Hyundai silent one, and that's a really nice little compressor, especially for a little you know, shed at home. It's perfect. It's nice and quiet. I've got that up there still as well. I used to do window cleaning. That was my water fed pole set up to you know, do the water and everything for that, but I don't do that anymore, so it's pointless that sitting up there. So I'll probably see if I can sell that, and I've got the brush and the backpack as well, so that'll probably go. And if I can sell that, I'll fund a bit of the project, a few parts and that. I've given the bench a good clear up. You can see the bits for the cut-off saw there. Yeah, won't ruin that. If you follow my other channel, you'll see it come up on there if the video goes ahead. So if you don't subscribe to that channel, pop over there. I'll put the link in the comments below and in the description for that channel. And yeah, you can have a look over there if you don't already subscribe to that one. At the moment, there's more stuff going on that than there is this one, but I hope for that to change in the new year. There are some bits I can get on with, because I have got some parts. For example, I've got new levers for this. It come only with that one, but I've got a pair of new levers. That one's missing the clutch one, and all this has got to come off to do the cables anyway. So I need to sort of do that. The only reason I haven't done that up to now is because I want to finish the startup video, and then I can get on with all of that. And yeah, I've got some other bits and pieces, so I can get on with that. The CDI bit for that is only about £20, so I probably will just order that over the next few days, so at least I can get it on the button all the time, so I haven't got to keep tapping the CDI. It's just, can't be show you properly, but it's just, I think it's there actually. I think that's it. So yeah, it's not this one. The later ones had immobilizers on them. This one doesn't, so that's ideal. I was just looking where the key is for it. Oh, it is in there. I'm glad it is, because I wouldn't have a clue where it was if it wasn't. So yeah, this is one I do plan to have on the road, and it looks pretty cool, that one does as well, because it's got all the limited edition sort of stickers and that on it. So yeah, I quite like that one, so that's the one I think I'll keep instead of the Speed Fight 4. So yeah, that's what's going on in here. What I do want to say though is thank you for your support over the last year and before. You know, I've had new subscribers over this year and some long-term ones, so thank you to each and every one of you, and that's for both of my channels, this Mend It Man channel and my Mowers and Stuff channel. The Mowers and Stuff channel features the garden machinery and machinery repairs now, and any other thing that goes on really. If I go on holiday, I might put up a bit of footage. If I go on a day out, I might, or whatever. Yeah, it's just sort of general life and the machinery repairs. This channel is the mopeds and motorbikes and the vehicles, and that's how I do it nowadays. So yeah, so I hope you've had a good Christmas as well, and I'm going to try and do a video up the unit, so we'll do a similar sort of video to what we've done here today, up the unit, and Laura will be in that one. We'll have a little chit chat up there, and hopefully I'll get some work done up there. I need to get on with these things, get, you know, some more fixer-upper tinkering type videos out there, rather than just keep showing you what I'm gonna do. But yeah, it's been a bit of a difficult year. Yeah, it hasn't been that easy this year. There's been life gets in the way a little bit of certain things, and YouTube is one of them things that's got in the way of a little bit lately. But yeah, I hope to crack on with my YouTube channels, and hopefully they'll grow quickly over 2023. The Mend It Man is now on 2,000, just over 2,000, 2,050-ish, I think, at the moment. And Mowers and Stuff is on 1,700 subscribers. So they're doing all right. So yeah, I'm going to leave the video there. So thanks for watching, and I'll be along with another video again soon. So bye for now.